Hey, this is your girl Karen with 2020 High Priestess coming back at y'all. Hope everyone is doing well today. So, this reading is going to be part of my burn, uh, declare and decree deck readings. That is where you declare and decree a thing. And I pulled the card from this declare and decree deck, and you burn it. You write it down and you burn it, and ask your guides and spirit to help you to remove it. And so it is. So I pulled the card in advance. I've already said prayer. Take a deep breath and release. So I'm going to ask you to leave any concerns or worries or anything or other distractions that may be with you to the side for now, and just focus on this reading, because I believe that there's going to be something in here that's going to be very important for you to get, and I really don't want you to miss it. So here we go. The card that I pulled says, all works of iniquity done against myself and my loved ones are now destroyed in spirit and in flesh. So at the beginning, you want to write, I declare and decree, and then write this and burn it safely, either outside or on your altar. Now, this is what the reading is going to focus around, and I'm going to start with the Rider Tarot deck. So, iniquities could be many things. It could be curses, it could be injustices, it could be gossip, it could be lies told on you. It could be any number of things that are considered. Anything that is not just and fair to you could be an iniquity. And you're asking Spirit to remove everything, curses, evil eye, lies, deceit, from you and your loved ones, to destroy it in spirit and in flesh. Whew. And when I get that, I have return to sender. I'm hearing return to sender loudly. And the dogs is starting to bark, which means that there's some resistance to this message being transmitted. There's some resistance. There's some type of energy that is not for you, that is being transmitted, that does not want you to do this or to hear this message. AKA me asking you to focus on this and this only. So there's distractions that are coming up in the background. That says something. There's no coincidence in any part of the reading. So the first card is the Page of Wands. And when I look at this card, the guy looks like he is actually examining the situation, examining what it is that is going on. So that may be you taking a look at what iniquities have been done, you writing and burning the iniquities, because also the wands represent fire. So it very well could be you. And then we have the Magician. And the Magician is a very powerful card in the tarot. He has all of the tools that he needs. He has the wand, the cup, the pentacles, and the sword. He has everything on the table. Everything's at his access to use to support and create the world that he wants, to use and support what it is that he is up to. Now, sometimes there are good magicians and sometimes there are bad magicians. So you want to use, if I were you, your power for the light, because then that way stuff does not come back on you. You don't want to try to use your magical powers or your ability to declare and to decree, to curse people or to harm people, because that kind of a thing comes back. And it's not pretty when it does. And then we have the Queen of Wands. So a lot of fire in this reading. We have a page and we have a queen. Very far. The page is like the first position, and the queen is next to the king. So it's a very high position. They don't really, for lack of a better term, equate to each other, even though they're the same root, which is wands. The page is looking away to the left, and the queen is looking straight at you. And in the middle is the magician. So this is how it would look. So I'm going to ask for clarification on all of these cards, and I'm going to use my oracle deck that I created to get clarification. So please clarify the page of wands in this reading. Give me more on that and what it has to do with iniquities. What's working, what's not working, what gets to be different. Okay, so the page again is examining what's going on, and I would venture to say that the page is the collective, because it's a new way of looking at things and examining things for you guys, for a lot of you, not all of you. But you're actually taking a look, and if you could see, there's stuff coming out of the stick, leaves off of the branch. So what is it in your garden that is blooming? And is it something that you want? Because if it's not, then you want to remove it by burning and decreeing. All right? Give me further clarification on the magician, please. Everything must change. Okay, so this, what's working, what's not, what gets to be different is speaking to what is it that needs to be removed or added so that you can achieve the change that you're looking for, your outcome. And that is what the magician is focused on, the intentional outcome that you want. So after you ask what's working in this situation, or whatever it is that the iniquity is, and you'll be conscious of it, they're saying to me. You want to know what's not working. You want to remove that's not working, the iniquity. And what do you want to put in its place? Because when you create a void in the universe, by removing a thing, it creates a void, and anything can come in if you don't intentionally put something there. So it's really important that when you do this work, when you do this removing and this burning of this iniquity, that you replace it with something that matters to you, something that is very valuable to you. So you want to put that in the space so that not just anything populates. Okay, you want to be real intentional about what you're putting into the space. And that would be with the magician. Now, the Queen of Wands. Please clarify and speak more on the Queen of Wands. Earth, grounding, and mineral crystals is what's on this card. Earth, grounding, mineral crystals. So what I hear is that in order to ground your intention, what the magician is creating, you're going to need to ground yourself. You're going to need to perhaps go outside, take your shoes off, stand on the ground, and connect with Mother Earth. You know, you're going to need to eat grounding foods, root foods like beets, or anything with a root, a turnip, whatever has a root. Those are grounding foods. They connect you to Mother Earth. There are other ways that you can do grounding as well. You can focus on doing a meditation, a grounding meditation. But whatever it is, you want to be intentional about grounding what is changing and what you're putting into the place, into the space. You want to ground that and make sure it lands in the space how you want it to, is what they're saying. Clarify that one with another card, please. What else for the Queen of Wands? And I'd say that you're going to do this. Okay, you could create an altar with candles that are specifically for grounding. That's another way you could do it. And then the last card for clarification under the Queen of Wands is people lie, energy does not. So you'll know that you have created and grounded the thing by the energy that you see coming after you do this. After you do the declare, decree, you burn the thing that's not working, you identify what it is that is working, and you put it into the space using the talents and the tools of the magician. You put the new thing into the space so that nothing just randomly populates. And then you ground it into Mother Earth. It may be even, they're showing me repotting a plant or potting a plant, working in the earth, anything to do with Mother Earth. And you'll know if you're grounded or not by how steady and firm you feel. A lot of times a connection or a meditation, visualizing yourself as a tree with the branches reaching up and collecting the sunshine and bringing the energy all the way down through your roots into Mother Earth and connecting with other trees is a very grounding meditation. If you're visual like that, some people are, some people aren't. You know, do what works for you. But this is the message of this reading. Now, let me go to my next deck, which is the Sun and the Moon Tarot. I love this little deck. It's so cute. And I haven't used it in a long time. So, yay. Here we go. I'm going to pull a card for each of the three, of the Page, of the Magician, and of the Queen. And we're going to see for further clarification what's going on here. Okay, so for the Page of Wands, there is something to do with luxury. It's the Four of Cups. And it says luxury, so I'm not sure. Let me get the book and see specifically what we get out of that. The Cups. Okay, Four Cups, Moon and Cancer, new experiences, emotional indifference, excess leads to dissatisfaction and boredom. New possibilities are seen. The lotus reflection in the water indicates spiritual and emotional richness. So basically, this is what this page is looking at. What's working, what's not. So what's not working is the excess. What's not working is emotional indifference. What is working is a reflection in the water that indicates spiritual and emotional richness. So that is what you want to transfer to your musician. That is what you want to replace this iniquity with. Now, the iniquity, let me back up. It could be internal, coming from an internal source, meaning from within yourself, or it could be external. It doesn't really matter. Don't get hung up on it. It's just know what the reading is indicating that they are. Now, for you, it may be something different, but for the majority of the collective who's watching this, those things, the emotional indifference is what we're talking about, the excess. It could be excessive in terms of drugs, sex, excess of anything. You'll know what your excesses are. When I say these words, it's going to hit you in a way, and it'll let you know that you're feeling some type of a way about it or that it is correct. Either way, there's something there, so you need to pay attention to that and handle it, for lack of a better word. Now, under the Magician, we have the Hermit. And everything must change. So you may need to actually like isolate and go within. You may need, I'm hearing, to do a fast in order to cleanse yourself of whatever that excess is. You'll know because it'll resonate with you when you hear me talking, or ask your spirit guides, what is it that you need to go into hermit mode about, and what does that look like for you? All right. It could be that you need to separate yourself from a group of people who lifestyle is very excessive. I don't know. Everybody's different under this, okay? And then the last card is Futility. Futility is the Seven of Swords. And so I'm going to read that from here. Sun and Moon in Aquarius, recklessness, misguided effort, and negative thinking. A fickle mind, deceit, and self-deception, unless useless, futile plans. So, that is what you need to be aware of and on guard of, whether it be coming from, again, within yourself, that you have these issues, or whether it's coming from without and you need to eliminate that energy from without. Either way, you need to eliminate. And I'm going back to the fasting, to some kind of penance that you need to do in order to rid yourself of this pestilence, of this energy that is not fertile. It's destructive. It's leading you to death on multiple levels. Okay? And it may be that you need to do some work with Mother Earth, like getting a plant and nurturing the plant and taking care of the plant. Something very simple, something very mundane, but very powerful, because a plant is alive, and you're nurturing it and serving it is a way of paying back to Mother Earth. So I'm not sure what it is you need to do, but you need to pay. I'm getting that it's more of external people around you, because it's saying people lie, energy does not, with this under this card. So it's telling me that you need to cut out quite a bit of people in your life who are leading you down a path of destruction. You need to turn your life around. You need to dedicate yourself to something bigger than you are. You need to reach for the light and for the truth of who it is that you are and the situation is that you're in, that you find yourself in. It's really important. You're not always going to have the strength to make these decisions, but now you do. So when you're hearing this message, if this at all resonates with you, do not ignore it, because now is the time. You may wait and delay, and then you may not be as fortunate as you are today to have the ability and the strength and the wherewithal to literally hear what it is I'm saying, understand it, and make a change. You may go too far down the line, and there may be a point of no return that you hit. And once you're there, it's about you paying back your karma, because you've been living a life of excess. You've been living a life without consideration, without service, without truth, around people, allowing people to influence you. Those who you allow in your space, they make up your character. They reflect who you are, whether you're doing what they're doing or not. So it's important to examine the people in your life. It's important to examine your environment and make sure that what you allow yourself access to and who you allow access to you are pure of heart, are true, are working towards something that is going to be able to build something in the future, a strong house, not a crumbling tower that's on fire. Because there are two paths, one of destruction and one of life. And you have to make that choice, is what I'm hearing them say. This is a pretty heavy reading, and I didn't expect all of this. Spirit, is there some other information that I need? Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael is a warrior. He's a fiery angel. He's a warrior that fights the good fight. And he may be somebody that you may want to call on to assist you in really taking this battle on, because it is a battle at this point. He is saying, explore your options. Dear God, and this is the prayer. Dear God, thank you for your wisdom and your love, helping me to see, understand, and assess all of my alternative options. Please give me the best direction for my health, happiness, and life's purpose. Okay? Now, if that's what you want, if you want health, happiness, and the best direction, then I would recommend you ask Archangel to help you. If you don't ask, he can't. So that's the bottom line. Some people don't want the help, and that's fine too, but can't imagine why you're on this channel if you don't want to help, because this channel is about that work. Definitely. And the last card from the Archangel Michael deck is Believe and Trust. Before going to sleep tonight, say, Archangel Michael, please enter my dreams and replace fear with faith and trust. Let me be filled with strength, courage, and confidence. And it just looks like, he's in a enchanted forest to me. And if you call on him, your life can change. Could change drastically. But that is a choice that you're going to have to make. We all have the option to choose to, call on our higher guides and angels and do the work or not. And no judgment here. I'm just here as a messenger. And I hope that this reading was helpful to someone out there. So with that said, I'm going to end it, and I thank you for coming. Please like and subscribe. It does the channel a world of good, and it also supports your cycle of abundance of give and take. Namaste.